Hey everyone, Dean with Masterpiece of Gold and Silver here. Thank you for joining me for part two of our two-part video here on Canadian large cents and Canadian small cents, particularly looking at some key dates. So yes, today is July 1st. So happy Canada Day for all of you that are my Canadian viewers, my Canadian family, and my Canadian friends. So let's just jump right back into it. Here's a nice example of a 1911. The mintage is 4,663,486. This one's got a little bit of red still left on it, but this is a really nice coin to own. Let's continue looking at some others here. These are all 1911s, various grades from, good to fine to even very fine. This one's quite nice as well. This is actually my favorite large cent, the King George V. I have quite a few of these in mint state. Here is the 1912. There's a mintage of 5,107,642 of these. These are nice as well. Here's the 1913 with a mintage of 5,735,405. As I was saying, I have quite a few mint state coins that of the King George. Still 1913. These are nice. These are really wonderful examples. Again, in that good to tipping into that fine range. Some of these are about good as well. Relatively inexpensive. If you wanted to buy these, here's some nice 1914s with a mintage of 3,400,000 or 405,958. That's actually the lowest mintage for the King George V large cents. And here's the 1915 with a mintage of 4,932,134. These are some nice examples. This one has a little bit of green on there, probably PVC. I don't think it's really corrosion. It looks more like PVC. So that needs to be taken care of at some point. Let's keep trucking here. Here is the 1916 with a mintage of 11,022,367. I have quite a few examples of mint state 1916. Here's 1917. Mintage is 11,899,254. This one here looks like an old clean. Looks like somebody tried to change the coloring on this. It's tough to say. It's not polished, but it definitely has that look that somebody's played with the color. But as you can see here, the detail is quite nice. Just the high points have very little amount of wear. You can see that there is those 8 jewels in the band, and you can also see here that the jewels on the livery necklace show very little wear. Moving on here, this is a 1918. The 1918 had a 12,970,798 mintage. It's a nice coin to own. I have several that are in decent condition. I've got some that have also been cleaned, or at least the color has been changed. And here is a 1919. The mintage was 11,279,634. This is a nice example. Circulated, but still looks like an original coin for the most part. It's really nice. Here is another. Actually, I think these. Let me just see. Yeah, these are all 1919s. These ones here have been, played with the color to make them look more red, which is a shame. Just taking that toning off. Here's another 1919. This one's not too bad. This has a nice original color to it, with some nice detail left as well. You can see some nicks, some just hits in the fields, but again, this is what a circulated coin is expected to look like. Let's get a closer look at the crown. You can see here the details are in that kind of extremely fine grade. Really nice to be able to see what the coin looks like overall in this nice circulated condition. Again, I don't think anyone would, not want this in their collection because it's just a nice example of a 1919. Here we have the 1920. The 1920 large cent, there was 6,762,247 of these that were minted. And there is the 1920 large cent and the 1920 small cent. So we're going to compare these side to side. As you can see, I have several examples of them. Let me just make sure my list here. Just want to make sure I got that right. So this is a really nice 1920 large cent. But I do want to, let's see, here's another example. Let's take this one. Is it this one I want to look at? No, this one you can see has a little green on there, a little corrosion. But still the details are quite nice, so I got to take care of that corrosion at some point. We'll take it out and take it side by side here with the 20 small cent. So the 1920 small cent has a mintage of 15,483,923. You can see here both of these are just really nice examples of the 1920. Just really nice. I have some nicer grades of these, but they're nice. I have several 1920s. This is just a really nice coin to pick up. It is, one of those coins that you won in the series because it's the first year of the Canadian small cent. This one's a really nice example as well. You can see a lot of detail left on this coin, probably in that extremely fine range. You can see a little green here in the reverse, probably PVC, so that'll have to be taken care of. Here's some other examples. This is a 1921 with a mintage of 7,601,627. This is considered a semi-key date, same as the 1920, not necessarily for the mintages, but because these are the first small cents. But as we push on here, we're going to get into the key dates of these small cents. So here is the 1922. This is a key date with a mintage of 1,243,635. Just in very good, these typically go for about 20 some dollars each. Whoops, I just dropped this one. This is a nice example circulated, but it's just a really nice example, especially if you're just looking to add to your book. Moving on, we have some more 1922s. I have several of these. This one's kind of fascinating to me. This looks like tape residue or something. It's kind of interesting. We'll take that out and take a closer look. So yeah, this one, it just has some interesting looks to it. Somebody I think put some stuff on this. I really can't tell if this is like tape residue or what that has been taking off the coin, and it's left this kind of strange toning. I've never really seen toning like this before, but the coin is actually quite smooth. It's not rough, even though it looks like it would be rough. If you run your finger across it, it's quite smooth. So I think what was there has been removed. Here is the 1923, another key date. Only 1,019,022 of these were minted. This is one that a lot of people look for. It's probably the coin for the small cents that you really want. So these 1923s can be really hard to come by. And this is a nice example. I do have several 23s, but here's another. Oh, no, this is the 24, sorry. The 24 has 1,593,195. This is a nice 24. I found this coin royal hunting, and I was amazed that somebody had just thrown this in with a whole bunch of other ones. You can see there's quite a lot of red still left on this, and the details are in that extremely fine. Probably on the lower end of extremely fine, but still, it's a really decent coin, and I was amazed to find it in just kind of coin rolls from someone's collection. So I don't know if it was put there by accident or not. Moving on here, we have some more 24s. These ones are more brown, but still a lot of details are left on these coins, which is nice for a key date. Let me see here. Here's some more 24s. These ones got a little bit more toning and other problems on it, but they're still nice to keep. Here's some 25s. I have two 25s. The 1925, there was 1,622,22 of these produced, so just over a little million, over a million. This is another sought after date, the 1925. So, and you can see this is a nice example with a lot of detail left on it. Here is another nice 1925 with some nice detail left. Moving on, this is the 1926 with a mintage of 2,143,372. I do have quite a few of the 26s. Oop, I keep hitting the camera here. I'm sorry about that. And these are nice. These are just really nice to have, again, in your collection. Not necessarily a key date, but definitely a lower mintage, so it can be harder to find the 26. And then moving on, we're kind of getting out of the key dates now. This is a 1927 with a mintage of 3,553,928. Again, not necessarily a key date, but it can be a little bit harder to find the 27. I have several here, as you can see, and these all have decent amount of detail left. This one's probably in the lower grade of very good, but still, it's a fun small cent to get. Here is a 1928. This one's fun. The 1928 had a mintage of 9,144,860. This one I found in just bags of Canadian pennies, and the toning is just amazing. This has this really red orangey tone on here, and at first I didn't really understand why it looked like this, and I have seen other coins with a similar tone, but this one just seemed a little bit different. And you can see here the details of this coin is a lot lower than a mint state, but yet it has this weird kind of mint state luster tone to it. As you turn it here in the light, you can see how it changes and it looks like mint state. But I really think that what happened is this was jewelry, that this was a coin that was put into jewelry, and that's why it has some wear, but yet at the same time has this strange tone. The reason why I think it's jewelry is because if you look at the edge of this coin, you're going to see that it has a double rim. And this double rim here I've never seen before, and we're going to get a little closer look on with the loop. So I really think that this was encased. See this double rim here? So I think there's an outer piece of metal that was put around the rim of this coin to hold it either, I don't know, in a necklace or a ring or a bracelet. It's strange, it's cool, that's why I kept it. I don't think it adds any value, but hey, it's still pretty cool. So, and I love the toning. So moving on here, let's take a look. This is the 1930, or sorry, the 1928. We got some more 28s to look at. These are just really great, original looking coins. Some nice detail, probably in the fine range, maybe a little lower into the very good. But again, these are just really just great circulated coins. You can find these on the internet, especially on eBay, for relatively cheap. I would be careful. I wouldn't be spending a ton of money on these. But yeah, these are just great coins to own. So again, I'm hoping you're enjoying this video. Here's the 1929 with a mintage of 12,159,840, and there are a variety with the 29. You can have the high 9 and the low 9, or the normal 1929, I guess just the high 9. So what it would be is that 9, the last 9 in the 29 would be slightly above that 2 in the 29. So yeah, it's a fun variety to look for. Here is the 1930. The 1930 went back down to the lower mintages with 2,538,613. So you see that drop from the 1929 to the 1930. And then going into the 1931, we see the mintages going back up with 3,842,760, or sorry, 776. Let's keep going here. I really want to make sure we have enough time to kind of go through all these. You can see a lot of beautiful detail on this coin. This one's really nice. I really enjoy these. Nice 1931 here. Again, I found most of these in collections, in coin rolls, and in just bags of pennies. That I thought were searched, but apparently they weren't searched really good enough. Here's 1932. 1932 has a large mintage of 21,316,190. So you'll find a lot of 1932s when you are searching for these George V, King George V. This is a nice example of the 33. The mintage was 12,079,310. Just kind of really nice example. The 33s, again, that's a really common George V to find. Those 32s and 33s. They have a really nice survival rate, so you'll see a lot of mint state coins as well, which is nice if you're looking for a nice mint state example for a Canadian small set. I think we already looked at that one. Let's see. Just trying to see what else. Oh yeah, here we have the 1934. This is a nice example. 1934 has a mintage of 7,042,358. This one's not too bad. Nice circulated example. And then we have this one here. It looks like somebody, I don't know if somebody used something on it to try to make it more red, but it ended up kind of making this weird tone. But you can tell somebody's played with this coin, but it's still kind of fun. I like the details. Here is the 1935 with a mintage of 7,526,400. So we're coming to the end of King George V. And here is, this one's a nice example as well. But this is the more 1935s. Just nice details. You can find a lot of 1935s out there. And then here is the 1936, the last year of King George V, with a mintage of 8,768,769. And then we go right into the 1937 with King George VI. This was Queen Elizabeth II's father. Quite a large mintage on the 37. You can see that jump into the 10 million range. These are just really fun to kind of go through. I'm not going to go all the way up through King George the 6th. It was really kind of looking at those early cents and key dates. But a 37 is the beginning of the series, and a lot of people want those. I want to show you this 1944 mintage, 44,131,216. This is a lower mintage for the series, if you can believe that. A lot of people look for the 44s. I like picking up 44s because that was the year my father was born. So I tend to gravitate to those 44s. There are some varieties of the 1944 as well, which is a little fun to look for. But I do want to show you, if I can find it here, this beautiful mint state 1947 with a mintage of over 43 million, almost 44 million if I remember correctly. This is a really nice mint state example. Red with nice luster. This is the 1947 maple leaf. And you can see the little maple leaf there by the 7. And this is a maple leaf blunt 7. The 7 there would, by the stem of the leaf, would be more pointed if it was a pointed 7. And as you can see, it's not. So it's a blunt 7. This is just a really great example. I found this again in coin rolls. So it's worth kind of going through old coin rolls. I'm not talking about coin rolls from the bank. I don't think you'd ever find this in the bank unless it was a collection dump. But this one came out from coin rolls from a collection. And this one just is really beautiful. And I was surprised when I saw it because I was surprised it was put into a coin roll. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, this is the 19... Oh no, this is the 52, the last year of King George VI. This one I also found coin roll hunting. Nice red example. And then this is the 1953, the first year of Queen Elizabeth the second. You can see the young queen there. Mintage was quite high. These were, I think it was 67 million or so. And then here's a 1954. This was a lower mintage for the year, considering, they were right into it. But these are some nice red brown examples that I found coin roll hunting. And then the last one I want to show you is this coolest one I've ever found. This has some really cool toning. I don't think it's a questionable color anyway. It just toned up being in some old coin rolls, and this one I found, and I was just really taken aback by the beauty of the toning, and it does look like some really nice natural toning. I just want to take a closer look here. The green is just amazing. It's like peacock feather. It's like, I don't know. It's just crazy. The blues and the teals and the just everything. So this is like I said, a lower mintage for the series, but this is just a great coin to own with this just really cool toning on it. I just really, yeah, I love looking at this coin. Again, I found this in bags of pennies, and I just had to put it aside because I just think it is a really nice tone coin, and I tend not to believe that this is artificially toned in any way. But it's fun. I like it. Anyway, thank you all for joining me today for this two-part video on Canadian large cents and small cents. And of course, happy Canada Day to all my Canadian viewers, my Canadian family and friends. And I just cracked open an Alexander Keith's, so I'm going to go outside and enjoy that. And while I am drinking this, I just all want you to know, cheers to Canada. Enjoy your day. Have so much fun with celebrations and fireworks. And until we meet again, stay safe and enjoy.